Yo, Theo here. I hope the wind won't bother you too much. I know my voice will still be clear, but there might be a lot of in the background. So the sun is shining. I just trained chest, or my push workout. Today we're going to talk about how to get away with a higher body fat percentage. Because especially women, but men too to some extent, but especially women, they think all they have to do is lose the weight, lose the fat, and they will look good. But if you've been very sedentary, not exercising, you're just gonna look like skin and bones if you lose the fat. Actually, you know, there's so many general things that gets thrown around that are kind of true, but you have to understand it. Like they say abs are made in the kitchen. And for the most part, that's true. But genetics play a part, and for some guys, you know, some guys that carry very little muscle mass, they can get down to 10% body fat and barely have abs, because, you know, the muscles will press against the skin and, you know, make the contours, the shape show. So if you have no muscles and no fat, you know, there's nothing to like stretch out that skin and show off the shape. But for the most part, it's true. Like I'm very lucky with my ab genetics. We'll see here, because I don't know what I have available. But like my top 4 abs have kind of always shown, even when I was kind of fat. Probably gonna put up some picture and try to show you here. But and also another thing, general numbers about how what percentage you need to be at for your abs to show and stuff. They are not really correct, because it's too individual. Like for me, my abs still show a bit when I'm like 20% body fat. You know, I don't look ripped, but you can see like the shape a little bit. And so the point here is you get away with a lot, not only the abs, by the way, get away with a lot higher body fat percentage if you have some muscle. And that's the thing, everyone are too lazy to work out and lift weights. They think they can just eat their way to their goals. And you know, how you eat is gonna be a big part of it, but it's probably not gonna be enough for what you have in mind right now. So I'm gonna show some pictures here too. Almost everyone underestimates their body fat percentage. I did too. I used to do it. I thought I was down at like 7% when I probably was closer to like 11 or 12. I think the lowest I've been is probably 8 or 9. I'm going to show that picture here. Used that for thumbnail before, because there's a lot of striations on the shoulder there and stuff that I get them when I get a pump even now, but like that, I hadn't even trained in that picture, and it looks kind of cool, I think. And so now I'm gonna show the picture that I might use again for this thumbnail. We'll see, but I did use for the last video. I would say that here I'm absolutely not lower than 12% body fat. Probably at around 13, could be like 14, 15 too. And if you don't believe that, you probably have a skewed view of what different body fat percentages look like. Because I know when I look like this, I've looked like this and fasted for like 4 days. And you know, the difference is not huge. It's not huge. The fat, it's not obvious where you lose all the fat. You know, it's spread out on your body. But for instance, how you get away with higher body fat percentage. Like as a guy, you know, we like, of course, to have some big arm muscles, and the good thing for us is that we don't store as much fat on our arms as women do. Like if you take like an average guy, and if he starts to gain fat, you know, most of it is going to be here on the gut, some here in the face, and it's going to take a long on the back too, the love handles and some on the back, but it's going to take a long time before like a significant amount gets added to your arms. Like I would say that if I was at 17% body fat and 10% body fat, there would be very little difference in how much fat I have on my arms. So good-looking arms, ripped arms, you know, actually specifically the arms can look really ripped, even though even though you're almost overweight, like take the strongmen, you know, those guys who compete in World's Strongest Man. They always carry extra fat because you know, they try to be as strong as possible, and you just need to have some fat into it. A side note, but they don't really know why, but just weighing more seems to make you stronger, even though it's fat. Of course, you can probably not only put on fat and expect to get a lot stronger, but there's a reason. They have good reasons to carry that extra fat. If you're wondering why they don't, you know, shred down, look ripped. But even those guys that are, you know, they have tons of muscle mass, but they are fat too, really. But they always have these big veins on their arms. So, yeah, I think that's kind of the point of this video. It's not all about losing fat, like building your physique. You're gonna have to put in some work to build some muscle, and when you've done that, you're gonna see that you don't even want to stay at those very, very low numbers. I can tell you, like that picture I showed, when I'm 8 or 9%, that's a lot tougher for me to maintain. If I just go slightly above my maintenance then and don't work out enough, I add fat quickly. It's hard, you know. And yeah, we'll see. I haven't decided where like my comfort zone on body fat is, because you know, I'm still building this this statue here. So you know, I know I'm gonna put on some extra fat and cut it off and put it on for some time still. That's going to happen. Nicely structured sentence to end on there. So yes, have a great day, everyone. Please hit like, please subscribe, build those muscles, and stop underestimating your body fat. You are fatter than you think you are. Even though you might not be fat, you're probably fatter than you think. Ha ha ha. Evil laugh. Okay, see ya.